Here's some advanced things to be aware of when you change the color mode in Photoshop. Right now I've got a document and you can see it's got a variety of layers within the artwork. Some of these layers I've changed their color mode. For instance, this one is now hard light, or this one is changed to overlay. The color mode I'm working in can be found in Image, Mode, and you can see I'm working in RGB. If I was to send this to a printer, I need to change it to CMYK. So if I choose it, it'll give me a pop-up dialog asking me, do I want to flatten my image or do I want to change the color mode for all of the layers when I click OK. Here's what happens when I choose Flatten. Flattening the image in the layers will compress all the layers down to one background layer. And you can see, for the most part, the colors are exactly the same. It will change the gamut of it to be what would be appropriate for a CMYK printer. I'm going to undo this. And let's see what happens when I choose Image, CMYK Color, and I don't flatten the image. I'm just going to say OK. It's going to change each layer to CMYK mode. Notice however, that the colors are drastically different from what I had before. This is because the layer modes are drastically different in CMYK versus RGB mode. Sometimes you'll get just different types of blending that you wouldn't get in the other. So pay attention to how the layer modes are interacting with each other if you're in RGB or CMYK mode. Sometimes it's just important to flatten it out. If you need to convert an image to grayscale, only using black and white images, the final thing to choose is under Mode and choose Grayscale. It'll ask you, do you want to flatten it or not? And the second dialog box will ask you to discard the color. We'll say OK. And in this case, all the color has been discarded and you're only working in black and white mode. Doing this will also open up some other color modes that you may want to work in, such as duotone or index color. But those are more advanced. We'll get to those a little bit later.